right. What is happening, you guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Got my coffee. Got everything I need. I hope you do too. We got a good one today. We are about to be going through the Clipper over comb. Although I just realized I didn't move my modem, so I really hope this stream don't get too messed up. So let's see how many people do we got up in here. And what is the conversation? What are we talking about? Ivy Mac is in here. Ivy Mac, should I just send this over to you? You ain't been here in a little while. Maybe I should just send this one right over to Ivy. You guys think I should? You guys already know what's up. Hey, what up, Tank? Be chopping? Oh, man. All right, so I'm sure some of y'all already know. You guys already know what's on the chopping block tonight, so I might as well just go ahead and mention it. This one right here. Whoops. This one right here. This is the Gamma Ergo. It's sold out like everywhere. And this one's brand new, top of the line. I'm actually going to put a brand new blade on it for whoever wins. I'll send out the charger, the whole nine. So anyways, the blade that I have on this one right now, this is actually the STD wall blade. And it works fantastic on this. I mean, this thing cuts like fire. But the new blades that Gamma sends out on them were excellent. And as a matter of fact, I decided to stay with that one. It's kind of cool to see. There's been a lot of other people reviewing them but me. And I thought, like, maybe I was crazy because these things are fire. I mean, like, how much better can we realistically expect things to get when you could do more than 10 haircuts in a single day? Leap small buildings in a single bound. When you can do pretty much all the type of work you want to do. All the fades are super easy. And I just want to point one thing out before we get started on the Clipper over comb, because that is actually what we're covering today. Why is my light all weird? Oh, it's that thing. I need a comb to shut it. Ah, that's better. That's better. I feel better now. All right. So before we go any further, I want to put the kibosh on something. Something's been bothering me for a while. I have a lot of videos up where I had the caliber, the 357, the Magnums. I did the reviews on the calibers, and I just want to talk about them for a minute. They're a decent machine, but I don't feel like they are at all in the same league as the Ergos. So this is just me, my opinion. I do not think that anything that Caliber has yet to make can compare with the Ergos. It's just my opinion. I believe this totally. And I see Dom's asking if the 50 cal is better than the 357s. If you were going to buy a 50 cal, you would be better off to buy the Ergos. So, anyways, am I coming through clear? Is everybody able to see me? Everything's cool. Hopefully, the modem situation. I wonder if I could like pause this for a second and move it. It would probably kill my stream. Can't the live cut out? Oh my God, come on. Don't do this to me live. Please. My slow internet killing me. All right. It doesn't say it's cut out on my end. Are we totally out? Is everybody totally gone? I wonder if I could do this real quick. All right, you guys. I'm not getting any comments. I think that I'm talking to myself. Okay, I got loud and clear. I'm good? Okay, cool. All right, so if it gives me any trouble, I have to apologize for you guys. I'm going to go rip my modem out of the wall in the other room, and I'm going to go put it right here next to me how I usually do for it. The Ergo and the Caliber are in the 50 cal are comparable in price. I'm not sure what you mean by it's too expensive. Okay, so cool. Anyways, tonight we're going to be talking about Clipper over comb, and later we will be getting back on the giveaway. I'm gonna be doing something for the giveaway a little bit later, and some of the other improvements. I just wanted to show you guys the way that I have these set up. If you've been watching my IG, you see I've been posting some pictures, but I just feel like this color scheme. I don't know if anybody else is gonna mimic it or whatever, but and I don't even know if these covers are out yet, but I think this with the green in the wood grain, I thought that looks really cool. It was like I got a whole new clipper every time I change this thing. I look down at it. Sometimes it's one color. A couple weeks later, it's some other color. So it's kind of fun to do that. And I even have, hold up, you guys are going to laugh at this one. I got this for later. When we do the giveaway, I'm going to put on the white gloves to handle this clipper. Why do I even have these white gloves? It came with like a camera or a lens that I bought. I've had these sitting here, and I was like, someday I'm going to do something goofy with them. He said these clippers are more sexy than my wife. I hope she ain't watching it. I hope she ain't watching this. All right. So, all right, you guys ready to get started on the clipper over comb? All right. I have a couple clips to run here, and I have one other thing I want to download so that we can refer to it. And we're going to get started talking about the ergonomics, when to use it, where to use it, how to use it, why to use it, and those type of things. So there was one last thing that I didn't get a chance to do during my show prep, which I'm telling you guys, Saturdays are just crazy for me. It is difficult, honestly, to do this all on Saturday. I started work this morning about 4 a.m. And, yeah. Started work this morning at 4 a.m. and I got home. Let me see here. I could just download this real quick. I got home at 3, and then I just ran to this so that I could do this, so that I could be here for you guys. And even though I'm giving away something that's worth nearly $200, I have a thumb down. It's incredible. Thank you for subscribing to me, just to thumb me down. And for the rest of you guys, if you want to just go ahead and hit that thumb up whilst I'm getting all these other things ready. And I do apologize that my show prep was a little behind. And as soon as I could just find this one video to download, we're good to go. So a couple of things that we got to do, is we got to work on our ergonomics, all right? And we got to make sure that we're using this clipper over comb at the right place. So let's remember where we left off last week. Last week we left off. We use our electric shaver underneath it. So it's called get the easy stuff done first, out of the way, and on with life, okay? In phase 2, we are still removing bulk. We're not really refining anything just yet. We're going to be using some clipper over comb to do that. So the way that I like to teach it is if you guys understand how to take it from skin to a number 2, all right? That's the blend. That's going to be phase 4, I believe, because phase 3, we're actually going to cut the top with shears, and we'll be covering that not next week, but the week after. And we're going to keep moving forward in the progression there. So the next thing we need to learn how to do is we need to use clipper over comb, because I promise you, if you are a barber who is avoiding this, if you're someone who is getting started in this, you're going to find this very difficult initially to learn, but you're going to be rewarded heavily by learning it, because there's no way that you'll be able to compete down here in the trenches where we're doing these haircuts in 20 minutes. We're knocking out fresh skin fades in 20 minutes. And the only way that you're going to be able to do it is by looking for all the ways to save time. So I think we covered a significant amount of ways to save time in phase 1. And phase 2 is really where you're going to hit some time savings. But remember, clipper over comb is not meant to make anything perfect. It's by in no means going to make it perfect. And do not try to do too much. Less is more. Look at it. I actually had I have a client who comes in and is also a YouTube subscriber. He's following the journey of the barbering. He's trying to go the way of the barber. He's trying to learn, and eventually I hope he can leave his full-time job. We had a good conversation. I almost wish we filmed it and put it up so that you guys could have heard it, because it was like being stuck in a factory like I was and freeing yourself by starting something new. And if anybody's there in that position, we're definitely going to talk more about those kind of things to motivate you to get out. However, he was asking me about clipper over comb, and I told him that's what this was going to be about. Andreas, if you're here, man, shout it out. I'm not sure if he's here or not. He said he was going to watch, but I'm sure he will. But anyways, he was asking about, he keeps telling me he's struggling with clipper over comb. Thank you guys so much for the 41 thumbs up, and it appears that the thumb down went away. I don't know where it went, but it went away, man. So listen, I forgive you. I appreciate you. And is it still giving you guys trouble? I'm just gonna fix this right now. I'm sorry. Before we go any further, I'm just gonna fix this right now, and I'm gonna cut this first 10 minutes of this episode, and we're gonna I'm going to go pull out my modem, and I'm going to plug it in over here, and we're good. And then I'm not going to have a problem. I really should have did this beforehand. I'm sorry. Give me like 2-3 minutes. I'm not going to have you guys buffering all night. Okay. I fixed it. I really did fix it. I'm so sorry. Okay. I got it fixed for real this time. I don't know why Ecamm did that to me. I really don't. Ecamm Live is what I'm using, and it said that I was resuming this stream, and for some reason I wasn't. But I think everything is good now. I got everybody back. Oh, we're 100% good now. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm so sorry. I wasted so much of your time. I promised to give away a Gamma Ergo. Even if things would have went a little smoother than that, I was still going to give away the Gamma Ergo. But I definitely am apologetic to this. So let's go. Let's get it started in the clipper over comb. So the first thing we're going to have to do, we want to establish which comb we're going to use. I really like using these combs. I recently actually tried a steel comb, and it was so reflective that I couldn't actually see the hair. So one of the things that I really like to have now is I like combs that are like bright in color, depending on the kind of hair you're cutting. Because if you're cutting gray hair, it might be easier to use a black comb. But for the most part, if you use a comb that's bright in color, you'll be able to actually see the hair that sticks out, and it's going to make it really easy. Now, the other fundamental of clipper over comb, and this also applies to shear over comb as well, is the hair is actually going to fall towards the very bottom of the comb as you begin to lift it up. It's going to fall to the bottom of the comb. That's where you need to concentrate all your cutting on. Because if you are accidentally cutting over here, your clipper can get snagged in a tooth, and it might not move smoothly. And then the worst could happen is you overhang your blade, and you wind up cutting a nice line along the side of somebody's head, which is going to be really difficult to get out. And that's one of the keys here. So we want to concentrate on the very bottom of the comb. The next part that I want to talk to you guys about is what clipper should we be using for this. I would say use your most powerful clipper, use your detachable, use something that you don't care about beating up, because I like to keep all this stuff that I'm trying to fade with, all the other stuff, I like to try to keep it all organized. Like all the debulking I perform with one clipper. It's built to take it, it's meant to take it and use it. Now, the next thing I like to do is I like my fading clipper. That's my Gamma Ergo. I want to just do fading and blending with this. I try to remove bulk and everything with something else, and then all I really need to do is to blend with this. And that's why this lasts so damn long. That's why I can do 17 cuts, just because not only is the battery good, but like my system that I use with it. And of course, you guys know that I don't like to debulk with the trimmers unless you're just going to go around the ear and get those hard to reach places. All right, we're going to talk about trimmer over comb in a minute. So grab your most powerful clipper that you have, and we're going to work on some of the grips. Now, one of the other things that I know somebody's going to ask, so I'm just going to address this right away. I want it to cut as close as possible. So I like to do this with a 5-0, all right? On my clipper, I do it with a 5-0, put the 5-0 on, and the reason is I want to be able to see exactly what's coming off as I cut it. Now, that's my way. That's how I see it. Now, we're going to cover vertical and horizontal in a minute. The other thing that you guys can do, if you are still starting out, you're still new, and you just want to practice on somebody or a mannequin with some hair. Let me see if I still got one of these things that I always tell you guys to keep. If you have one of the caps that comes with your clipper, which I did have one just a little while ago, I promise. If you have one of the caps that come with your clipper, you put the cap on just like you would put a guard on, and it will actually allow you to pass through the hair as you practice, so we can practice the moves. All right. So there's the handshake grip, and in the handshake grip, that's when I'm going to be working a little bit lower, maybe around the nape, the bottom of somebody's head. I'll be using the handshake grip as I move it, right? But as I get to about the parietal ridge, the handshake grip becomes super uncomfortable. I'm not able to ergonomically cut it, so I'm going to switch to the pencil grip. And the pencil grip is going to be the majority of what you'll use, and the other way they'll refer to this in the book is they'll refer to this as clipper position number 4 if you're using it for the top for some kind of like freehand clipper work, freehand clipper cutting. All right. the next thing that I'll tell you guys, I'm going to give you guys some homework. I'm going to give you guys some homework. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you guys is going to be, if you really want to get good at clipper over comb, you need to learn how to do flat tops, okay? It's a huge epidemic in our business. For whatever reason, there's a lot of people who refuse to try. A lot of people refuse to even learn. And let me know right now in the comments if you guys are doing flat tops or if you're comfortable or uncomfortable with them, because that's the type of cut that you'll have to do eventually, and you'll learn. So using the pencil grip, I just read a comment that says I use the pencil grip, and that's fine. If you pump your client high enough, you might even be able to use the pump. You might even be able to use the pencil grip underneath. So, anyways, he said, "Who disliked the video? Expose yourself." 2 people. So here we go. Teaching for free, giving away $200 items. Got 2 thumbs down. Only I can pull that one off. But listen, I totally deserved the thumbs down. I totally screwed up the whole live stream by not moving my modem early. So when I'm lower on the head, like I said, I like the handshake grip. And the handshake grip is also the side of the head grip that we're going to get into. When we get into blending in phase 4, we're going to talk about the different grips that we can use for that. And if you also notice, like automatically, I have this crappy half guard that just pops off so easy from wall. It was just laying here. I automatically always hold a finger on this tab, just because I don't need it to fall off. Even when I'm cutting on the top, I usually use my pinky, or I'll hold it with one of the tips of my fingers or something, but I always hold a finger on the tab, and this way I know that it can't fall off. So, all right, we got our grip down and we got our comb down, okay? Now, with the comb, the other problem that I used to see a lot at the barber school is I used to see people holding it like this. I don't like this. I even see people who are good at doing this like this, and I'm not knocking anybody. If anybody is comfortable with this, I'm just telling you that I don't like this, and I'll show you why, and I'll back it up with reason here. If I choose to hold my comb like this, I got no rotation. I mean, look at how much I'm limited by what my wrist can do, right? But if I choose to hold my comb like this, all of a sudden I can twirl this comb damn near 360, okay? And that's going to be important, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be lifting this hair up, lifting, cutting, combing it down and resetting it, lifting it, cutting, combing it down and resetting it. And part of the thing that I was trying to explain to you guys with the client that is learning how to do clipper over comb, he's also a YouTube subscriber. He comes to me, I cut his hair, he asked me advice while I'm cutting his hair. And Andreas, if you're here, buddy, what's up, man? Give me a shout out. I'll put you in there. So anyways, he was asking me, he was telling me he's still having a little struggle, and I was talking about the silhouette. Now, the silhouette would be like if I'm looking at you, like, you know, front on, like you're seeing my full face in this camera, right? I'm looking at you front on, and I want to see how even does it look with my blend. Like, is my blend kind of sticking out a little bit on one side or the other? And by the way, my blend is looking super fresh today because my man Chad Volkers, who is also in the house, he works with me, and you know, he had to get me right. A lot of times I just cut it myself. I fly through it. So anyways, back to what we're talking about. So we want to do less is more with clipper over comb. You're not trying to accomplish a whole lot. It's cut, reset, check it, cut, reset, check it. And I think that the majority of students get themselves in trouble because they're doing way too much. Now, I'll be asking some of you guys' questions. I'll be answering some of you guys' questions in just a minute. So the other thing about being able to twirl this comb is going to give me a lot of control, and most importantly, it's going to keep me away from the head, because we never really want to tip our comb inward towards the head, because you're going to wind up having an issue. Oh, we got a little, bam. Appreciate you, man. Super sticker. Let's go. $10. Pear blowing down says thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, we got the comb gripped in the right position. We're coming up, and I can't thank you guys enough for the donations and stuff. It really helps the channel grow. You guys are awesome. And, you know, it allows me to do more videos and do more giveaways and stuff. So thank you so much. All right. So we got our comb and we got our grip. We understand how and when to use it. Now, there's also a couple things that we're going to go through throughout this video. I'm going to pull up the clipper over comb video that I got going here. You ever watch tutorials and then you go to try to do it and it just doesn't work? or it doesn't stick, or you have issues during the process. You might even see a video that says, learn how to fade fast, the best fade technique. Learn to fade in 5 minutes. Or new terms like God fade and high def taper, and it's all clickbait and you know it. So we're obviously searching for a secret, right? But I think deep down we all know what it actually is. It's patience, it's hard work, it's dedication, and it's pushing yourself and finding that strength to push on until you actually understand it. That's the truth right there, boys. That's the truth, and girls. If you know, we got some girls in here too. What I got 2 of these up here, so there we go. Yeah, that's how it really is, man. A lot of people think that there's gonna be like a quick fix to this. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people think there's gonna be a quick fix to this. Learning clipper over comb is no easy task, and you're rewarded heavily when you do learn it. Now, we're gonna go back to this video. I'm not gonna make you guys. Clipper over comb is. Okay, you guys can hear me. I'm basically not sure how the heck to put myself back in this video for a second here, but we're gonna move forward to just some of the areas where I'm doing some of the clipper over comb. Let's talk about the vertical and the horizontal. So you could see that I'm holding this vertical off of here. I think you should be able to hear me now, right? Still no sound? Okay. Hard work and dedication. There we go. Got it. Sorry. I couldn't remember where the heck that little button was. Man, you guys are like hooking it up today. Thank you so much. Wow. That's so cool. Look at that. Let's go. Every bit helps. I'm going to have to put this one in here. Boom. Let's hit that bell a couple more times. Boom. Okay, I hit it twice. Bam. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're all good. We're all good. We're loud and clear. And let's talk about vertical versus horizontal, because I think doing things vertically can be actually beneficial, because it actually makes it super easy. It really does in a way. So when you first get started, we'll talk about this. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you so much. All right, when you first get started, you can literally put this comb in the side of somebody's head, tip it out, hold it right up against them, and you can actually travel up this comb, right? And you're going to wind up with a pretty decent blend, a pretty decent taper. It might not be perfect, but the reality is the fact that you're moving it away from the head is actually going to help you not make a mistake. Now, vertical versus horizontal. Horizontal is going to give you the ability to cut a wider section, which is going to help you get more done fast. And doing it vertically is obviously going to limit you to the width of whatever comb that you're using. Now, the answer for me kind of lies in between. It's sort of doing half with it vertical. It's sort of like a diagonal. So we're going to get a little bit further into this demonstration here. But let's hear what I was talking. This was a good sermon, and if this video is good, and if any of you guys want to go, or you haven't seen this video and you are struggling with this technique, it's a half-hour long. This video does do it pretty good. And you're doing it sort of vertically. You're kind of in between horizontal and vertical. You're on a diagonal. The other one, obviously, we talked about before was, again, with doing the flat tops. We're working on top. We're holding it flat. We're being careful not to push into it. And that's where most people go wrong with the flat tops. So you have the roll. You basically have the scooping. You have the vertical hold. And then you have the flat top. So that's sort of like the basic 4 variations of how you. And then let's talk about the scoop, okay? And the scoop can be useful. So this is the scoop. Let me bring you back to the big cam. All right. So where I'll use the scoop more often than not is with the taper comb, and it'll be a trimmer over comb. So let's say I'm doing a taper on somebody that wants to go into some really long hair, right? We take the comb and we just literally hold it on the angle that we want to produce. We turn our comb, or we turn our trimmer on, and we're just going to travel up the comb. Now, if you're trying to do really fine details, this taper comb is, and one of the reasons why they call it a barber comb as well, is because of the fact that it actually is going to allow you to get closer. So as you get down lower to these teeth, you're going to have a little bit more control, and you can get a little bit tighter, a little bit closer. Probably pretty darn close to a half guard if you were to just bump this right up against somebody's head and cut what stuck out. So let's talk about that for just a second. And I know clipper over comb is like a really detailed topic. I hope I'm keeping it interesting. I hope I'm doing you guys justice here. So if I was to just mash this comb up against somebody's head and cut whatever stuck off, right, I would be basically cutting the hair down to about a 1.5 or a 2, somewhere in between, all right? And as long as I'm tipping it out, I know that I'm going to be longer than a 2, right? So that's why we learn how to fade from skin to a 2, and then we do 2 to clipper over comb so that we can blend into whatever length we want, and it's going to save us time because we're not going to have all the guard changes. Boom, 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 down the line. My dogs are going crazy. So hopefully she stops. So anyways, yeah, that's basically what's going on here. Let's go back to the video for a second. Let's keep it moving. Boom, resume last file.
How you're going to hold it. And sometimes when you do the flat top, you might switch from the pencil grip to this grip. This would be clipper position number 4, according to the book. So anyways, you might switch to this grip because you might feel a little bit more accurate. Personally, I like to use my OSTER Volt for any of this work. I wouldn't use any clipper that I felt couldn't get through the hair, because if I'm trying to remove a giant swath of hair and I need it gone and I need to save time, because the whole reason we're doing this is why?
Save time.
Exactly. The whole reason we're doing clipper over comb is to save time. And if I can save time, then I want to have the most powerful clipper that I possibly have in my arsenal. If all it is for you is this one, great. But if you have your detachable clipper,
I agree 100%, Ed. You're right. You're right about this.
Clipper. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, we got sponsors now. Our sponsor is Gamma. They're kicking butt. It's awesome. I appreciate them very much. Okay.
So,
all right.
my 1.5.
Here's the example. Okay, somebody's asking what type of combs I use. These are generally the most generic comb you could find. They are one of my favorites. There is a downside to everything, of course, but like the downside to this comb is they do tend to collect gunk from clients who come in with gel or whatever the heck they come in with, and it's nearly impossible to clean that gunk. So at times you got to toss them. But these are basically the same combs that come in your clipper box most of the time. And if you just look up clipper combs, or in a future video, I can put them in the link in the description. But yeah, this is actually it literally says Wall on it. It literally came in the box. But this is my favorite comb to use.
It's already been cut a few times, but it'll serve as an example, because all I want to do.
Listen, you guys, I'm going to get a mannequin. I'm going to do it live one of these days for you guys.
So
I'm going to order one after this live.
With the 1.5, I can begin scooping out and beginning my blend into that area that's a little bit rough, right? So there's not a whole lot going on here, but I just want to begin that blend going into that. Once I got that done, I'm going to pop this off.
Pops off easy.
And I'm going to lay my comb in all the way. I'm coming in like this, and I'm rolling
the comb out.
Way. Again, my pinky is also acting as an anchor.
That's something I forgot to mention. That's something I forgot to mention. There will be times where you're going to use one of your knuckles, possibly your pinky, probably something to try to anchor yourself, because like a lot of people think that you can just only be a good barber if you got steady hands. That's not true. Not everybody here has steady hands. You don't have to have steady hands. You just have to have a steady brain to work around that. So if your hands tend to shake a little bit, or if you have any kind of thing like that, all you have to do is anchor yourself somewhere. So if you guys want me to go more into that, I will. Let me know in the comments. Let's keep moving.
So I come in, either my pinky or my knuckle, and I want to figure out the area I want to begin, and I want to begin lifting. Cutting and lifting. Cutting and lifting. And each time that I do it, I'm just stepping back, and I'm sort of looking for it. I'm looking for.
See, I mean, like, look how fast that was. I literally took it from the 1.5. I blended it in perfect. I have the lever closed. I've taken it down. Oh, V-Fam in the house. One of my other barbers from my shop's in the house. Yo, they know I'm giving away the Gamma Ergo. And I'm telling you guys, I told them they could enter too, man. I told them they could enter too. All right, so as you guys can see, in just 2 moves, I was able to actually make the silhouette of this look pretty good, right? that's the whole idea with the clipper over comb is we tip it out a little bit. We want to check it because if I didn't stop here and check what I was doing, I could have easily cut in a little bit further. So the lever is not open. The lever is closed. And we are cutting right through this because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Now, in the future, when you guys head into the shop to try this on a real client, maybe you will put a number 1 on here. For those of you guys who understand this technique, if you guys can drop a comment right now that told me what was it that made it click for you, because I'm going back 18 years ago and remembering the things that made it difficult when I was starting, and I knew this was a bastard to learn. And there came a moment where the light was just turned on. So if you guys can leave a comment in this section here, for those of you guys who know how to do this, even my barbers, my 2 barbers who are in here,
how's the blend
let me
looking?
know.
Like, look at how quick that I already
Let me
knocked that
know.
out.
What was
and
it?
This is why it's so efficient. So I'm gonna come around here. You can see I have this little corner sticking off here. Okay. I'm simply gonna set.
Hey,
this
Juan, what
comb-
up?
Set this comb in right where that corner is at. Tip it out. Okay. I'm gonna show the other technique here. Set this comb in. Tip it out a little bit.
Here's the scoop. That's the scoop move. So in a case where you're seeing just a little bit of hair that needs to be removed, a little bit of detail work, the scoop move is one of those things that is definitely going to help you, and it doesn't need to come out perfect. So you'll notice I just took 2-3 scoops at it. I'm going to comb the hair down, reset it, check it again.
I'm not banging into my comb. If I bang into my comb,
This is an important tip too. And the other tip here is your comb should basically be like steel. It should be like not able to move. So when I come in, and I'm going to move back to the official video. All right, so when I come in to touch this comb, I am not going to apply any pressure into this comb. The moment I hit this comb, if I do this too hard, I'm definitely going to lose the length that I'm trying to maintain, right? So when I come in on this comb, even though you guys see me moving fast, I'm actually applying pressure on this side towards the clipper to mitigate any movement inward to the head. So it's very important that you don't do that. I used to see a lot of students when they were like, they would make like 3, 4, 5 moves perfect, and all of a sudden they feel too confident. They come in and they just bang it, and they wind up cutting a notch. All right, let's hear what Chad says. Just figuring out you can manipulate the hair in the position you want to cut off. That's a good point. That's a good point because I think a lot of us might not have a plan going in. You might not even look, when you look at the hair, you might not even see what needs to be fixed and what needs to be manipulated. Yet you are still going in and cutting. Ask yourself why. Make sure that you see the target, the area that you want to fix, and manipulate it just a little bit at a time until you see that it begins to get perfect. Okay? It was that hot feeling when you get stuck and just had to figure it out. Clipper over comb just saved the haircut. And so many times it does. This is something that you don't probably see on a lot of my tutorials even, but there is so many times on a normal day in the trench where I'm about ready to let a client go. I'm done. I think my client looks good, and I do my phase 6. My phase 6 is the once over. I check everything, and especially the silhouette. And when I check the silhouette, many, many, many times I see something that needs to be repaired. Jump in there with the clipper over comb, put the final touch on it. It doesn't ruin what I was doing.
You can't really see
It's
it on
fine.
a mannequin, but you will see it on a real person. So when you come in, you want to come gentle on the comb, and the comb is the strongest part of this thing. Even though this clipper weighs a lot, and it's easy to bang it, but we want to be careful. When we come in, our comb is not to be moved. Our comb is not to be trifled with. All right? So the exercise that I want you guys to do today is we're actually going to do the flat top. I want everybody to try to do a flat top today.
Anchoring. Yeah, Johan says it's anchoring, and I can't agree more. To try to do this while you're always, like, I would say hovering. Like, you see my pinky gets wild. That, like, I could be a tea drinker. You see that pinky? Bam. All right, my pinky, like, just automatically is, like, feeling like it's like a robot. I'm, like, feeling for where am I gonna go. But really, it's true. If I swing this camera towards this wall, and if this wall was one of my customers, I mean, I could pretty much maintain a pretty healthy length no matter what knuckle I try to use, however close I try to go. And I might even use my palm, whatever I might use to maintain that length. And again, remember, we said the comb is not to be moved or banged into. So when I come into this, if I've decided this is my length, when I come into this, I'm going to go and I'm going to finesse that hair out of it. I'm not going to and Steve is asking a good question here. Do I follow a guide? And I would say the answer is yes and no. And I guess what I mean by that is not a particular guide. I don't look at a particular guide and follow it, but I do look at how the hair is shaping up, and that's sort of what guides me. And somebody just asked, what was the first clipper I ever had? In my hair school, they gave us wall. They were 3-hole designers or seniors. I think they were 3-hole seniors. So Chevy Romero, it clicked when I learned the same as the 2 and the 1.5, not just an advanced technique some barbers use. It clicked when I learned it's the same. I see what he's saying. So yeah, it's not that advanced as you might think. Like, and it isn't an exact science either. It's just getting things done faster, and it just makes a huge difference when you can do that in your time. With clipper over comb, it's important to try out different combs too, because it can make a huge difference. That's a good point too. That's definitely one that I haven't even covered or even said, and that's why I ask you guys for these comments. And some of you guys can remember a little better what it was that made you click. So if you guys were doing this on a real client and you didn't flip any money for a wider comb or something like that, you could do this on a real client with a wide comb, and you could go ahead and you can try it with something a little bit bigger so that you know that you're not going to make a mistake. 2, do you keep the comb moving while doing clipper over comb? Yes. The majority of the time when I'm trying to cut out a large swath, you'll notice that I cut, lift, and roll almost at the same motion. So I roll in, and as soon as I'm in, I begin cutting and lifting. And if you guys have clippers at home in your hand, I mean, do practice the motion. Practice it with me. So let's just do this together. We're gonna comb the hair back down to reset it. We're gonna roll it back out. Make sure that it falls to the bottom of your comb, because if you're cutting hair that's not at the bottom of your comb, it's not even at 90 degrees. So you're gonna be cutting hair that is not going to matter, because you're not going to be able to maintain the length. I actually had a protractor here. We'll use that for another one. But anyways, let's do this together. We comb the hair down. We reset it. We twist our comb out, and we're going to begin rolling the comb out and lifting, maintaining that nice contact. And really, if you guys are doing this at home and you're able to do this, you're going to be surprised how well this works. Don't be afraid to spend some money, get a mannequin, because the other thing we're going to cover in the very next phase, we're going to be covering the shears, all right? We're going to talk about shears, how to use the shears, and we're going to spend a little bit of time on that before we go into the blend. Now, if you get a mannequin with me, I'm going to do some cutting live in this closet. I'm going to probably make a mess, but it's going to be worth it, because I want to go over some clipper over comb with a live demonstration for you guys, and I'm going to go over some cutting with some live demonstrations for you guys with a mannequin. And if I'm using the mannequin, you guys, the $50 is going to be worth it. Go get yourself a mannequin. Let's all do it together. It'll be fun. You guys can practice it right along, turn me on, listen to me jabber on, and we'll get mannequins and we'll get down with it. So, for Vasilis, we were just talking about what combs we're using. We're using just the regular combs that come in most of your boxes. I just got my hands on the comb called the ledge comb. It's specifically made for clipper over comb, and it has a ledge you can glide. I actually seen that. That was an interesting comb. Maybe something that would help.
That's great, because this is really going to help us with the clipper over comb, because it's really the only way to do it. Now, just a quick word to the wise about flat tops. Sometimes on some hair, especially probably this hair, you're going to need to get some product in there, and you're probably going to want to blow dry it so that it's standing up the best that you can.
Okay, now for your guys' homework. Now for your homework. Listen, we're going to cover more on the clipper over comb. I want you guys to ask whatever questions. I want to answer everybody's questions thoroughly. And like I said, we're going to get a mannequin, and we're going to go into this a little bit deeper. But in order for this to all work out right, when I get a mannequin, it's going to have kind of longer hair. So first, we're going to focus on some shear work, and we'll circle back around to the clipper over comb, and we'll hit it good. And maybe if I can find a couple short ones, we'll knock out some flat tops, because that's what I'm about to talk about right here. And one of the things you want to do with a flat top is you need to get the hair standing up the best that you can. All right. So, well, you guys want to have a cut along? You cut, I cut, we cut, and we learn. That would be a lot of fun. I would enjoy that. I would even love to have some of you guys come live on the thing with me. Like if I could just have maybe some people call in or something, we'd have a blast with that, I think. So yeah, let's do a cut along. So let's knock it down. What do you say?
Then we'll go through and we'll use the typical flat top technique where we'll start in the middle and we're going to go through and we're trying to make everything flat. And also on the sides, I want that all blended in. And that's going to be the exercise that we need to do. If you want to get good at clipper over comb, one of the best ways you can do it is by practicing your flat tops. So.
Those were so loud. They got 10 times louder the longer I had them. It got to a point where you could compare that to a chainsaw.
Just to get the motion down is if you have the cap to your clipper, you know, the one that you would put it away with after you oil it. If you have that cap, you could just go alongside your mannequin with that cap in and just get the motion and get the
I don't own my own Barber School, Doc.
I'm going to wind up yanking this hair straight out. So I don't want to do that to a real person, and if you are working on a real person, you could just simply put the cap on, and you could go through and you could practice this motion alongside your mannequin's head, and I could go around and adjust you or help you a little bit if you need it. So the other thing
I see that, Steve.
Is once we begin our flat top, I want you to realize that with the flat top, a lot of people's hair grows, either it's growing straight back or it's growing straight forward. When you blow dry it, you want to blow dry it in the opposite direction to get it to stand up the best that you can. And then when you actually come to pick up the hair to begin the cut, if you're working on one of those people that their hair, the pattern comes down this way, then you want to begin in the front and start working your way back towards the apex. Now, if your client
Bentley, if I was picking between those two, I would pick the wall all day.
You want to begin in the crown and start working your way back to the bangs. Start working your way back to the fringe area or the bang area.
Is that right? The cam follower.
All right, I'm gonna I'll let you finish up this one.
You guys are talking all about that wall. You know what's funny is that wall. When I made this video, I bet it wasn't even a couple weeks old. This is an old video. That was like back when this came out. I'm sorry. I cannot pronounce that name at all. I did not mean to ignore your question, buddy. I don't have any. I don't own my own barber school. All I did at this time, I worked at this barber school at the time when this video was filmed.
Let's see if we can find one, and if you can't find one, let's see if we can find one.
Santiago, I appreciate you, man. All right, we could definitely mute that. All right, we muted that. We muted that trash. All right, so in this section, you guys could pretty much just see, you know, this is my OSTER Volt, man. This is the same as the OSTER Octane. I had this thing forever, man. It was such a good clipper, and so is the Octane. The Octane's just my favorite clipper. Knock out some flat tops, and you'll be able to rip through these clipper over comb cuts. Like, I'm telling you, when I first started cutting hair, no one wanted as much work as they used to. They used to just be like, oh, do a 2 on the back and side, scissors on top. And you used to just knock these cuts out. I would knock them out in like 3 to 5 minutes. Just do the back and sides at a number 2. Do the clipper over comb. Put a little quick line in, and boom, we were like on with it, man. This is the old shop I used to work in. And unfortunately, that gentleman that's cutting hair to the left of me, he recently passed away. Broke my heart. I absolutely love Lou. I was gonna do a little tribute to him. So here's another one. Here's the scoop motion. This kid, I've been cutting his hair for so long. His hair is literally like a foot long. He continued growing that, and you're gonna see the scoop motion here. I just stopped it. Don't worry. We're not stuttering again. So we're just tipping it out, and I'm just looking at the silhouette, and that was just a good example, something you could see from the side. Here it is on gray hair. Trust me, this clipper over comb is going to get things done really quick. You see all that weight right there? And when you see me following these guides, I actually have a couple other videos I want to drop in and talk about real quick, because you were asking if I follow a guide. I really don't. I'm sort of looking at panels, and as the panel begins to shape up, that's what's telling me. So when I comb the hair down that's when I'm checking. When I'm lifting it up, that's when I'm changing. So if you think about it that way, I'm combing it down to reset it. I'm combing it back up, and if uh, if you and we're gonna get into the shear over comb too. It's gonna require. The funny thing is if you are getting good at one and not the other, quit vaping, boys and girls. That's what I did. But if you're getting good at one or the other, you're going to be good at both. All right. Can anyone answer what standard wall and Anders levers open up to in millimeters? Exactly. Yes. As a matter of fact, I can. And if you want to check out my guards video, I think you'll find it very enlightening. Uh, I guess your name is Score, but the answer is they usually open up to a 2.5 millimeter, and that is considered roughly a number one. That's considered roughly a number one. All right. Steve got the ergo. I have a lot of salt and pepper. Harry says, "Okay, I got a couple more. I got a couple more. On this kid, this kid is like in high school now. This is so old. It's funny, but his hair at this length, you could have even used clippers to knock this out. You really could have, easily. So let's go back here. Let me find some of the other clipper over comb clips that I was just stashing them, and I was gonna make another video and string it all together, but I didn't get time. But I still have the clipper over comb clips themselves. So let's see if there's anything. Let me see here. What is this one? Oh man, this is a flat top. So this is a totally unedited flat top, and we're doing some clipper over comb here. I don't know if I'm ready for you guys to get this one yet. I can't release this one yet. I'm gonna do that video, but let me see if I got just a couple clips of like little ones here. That was a slow mo. There's a slow mo. Man, I thought I was really saving up some better clips, and I was not. I have 4 clips here. All of them are slow mo, and all of them are useless. So yeah, unfortunately that's like the best I have at the moment. But like I said, we're gonna go through this. We'll do some live learning, and I'll go into this a little bit more in depth. But I really feel like you got who told you they open up to different lengths? Because they both claim on the box they open up to a number 1. Most people claim that Andis has a larger throw, but really when you get down to it, as long as you understand the order, it's not really important if you're off by a 0.5 millimeter or 1 millimeter or not. And plus you got to factor in, even if we're going to get down to measuring millimeters, you got to factor in whether you've zero gapped it or not. So really that information is not going to help you perform the cut any better, I don't feel. It's just, it helps you to know what each one says it does. And I actually think I have the clipper chart here. You guys want to see the clipper chart? I can pull that up. Ergo all day, Dom. No one cares about the 50 cal. No one. All right, so let's see here. Bentley, some would say don't use guards, but you can use them on longer hair when you're doing clipper over comb. Yeah, when you first get started, you can do it. Nikki, definitely going to be using some clipper over comb is definitely going to help you get a lot faster. It definitely will. I might have this clipper chart somewhere. Let me see what we got here. See if I can find that. Oh, you know what? I have something perfect for your guys' questions here. It's in my social plugs folder. And by the way, let's see here. Internet ads. There we go. Okay, I don't know what whether I got the right one or not. I think I changed it a little bit. Yeah, open taper number 1, 2.5 millimeters. Okay. All right, you guys. Here you are. So if you look right here, when you have the taper in the open position, what I actually have here is I've listed the millimeters here. This was a pretty painstaking thing to actually put together. It required some mad scientists. You guys can check out the guards video. It was very difficult. Put it all together. But if you skin ground zero, the trimmer or the 5.0 is going to leave you at 0.17 of a millimeter. A closed taper is going to leave you at 0.5 of a millimeter. Open taper 2.5 of a millimeter. So as you guys can see, you basically get about a 2 millimeter fluctuation with your guard. All right. And your half guard close is actually a 2 millimeter, but add in it's actually a 1.5 millimeter, but you add in the 0.5 for your close taper, and you wind up at 2 millimeters. This is exactly why that 0.5 guard is not. There's no point to it. It's just a waste of money because you have overlap here. This is why, like, I get frustrated with these companies when they put out this stuff that you don't need. Look at your half guard. If you have a half guard, it says it's a 1/16. Look at it. It says it's 1.5 millimeters. And if we close the taper on our clipper and we cut, we're cutting at 0.5 millimeters. So if we do the math, we're getting 2 millimeters. If we believe that this in the open position, a true number one, 2.5 millimeters, well, then that means that we have overlap. And that's why the half attack works so well, because you have that half millimeter of overlap. So that's, and that's the truth. Like, O-Dog, I like what you just said here. If you're a new barber, stop focusing on the clipper, focus on understanding and learning the techniques, because if you focus too much on these numbers or any of this other stuff, you're going to realize pretty quickly that it's not going to be helpful. As long as you know what order these things are happening in, then you'll know exactly what to go to next. Because I assume the reason why you're wondering what are the millimeters exactly is because you want to identify what to go to next. But if you just follow your guards in order, you'll be cool. Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that, definitely. Can you do a tutorial on how to use thinning shears, texturizing shears, how they are used differently? And absolutely, we're going to be doing this when we get to our shear. The shear section, I'm probably going to have to do a few episodes on, because we're going to cover shear over comb, and that's probably going to have to be a whole episode. And that'd be a perfect time to talk about them texturizing shears. And then we're going to talk about how to 90-degree cut the top. And I'll give you guys some techniques to get you by in case somebody walks in with some really long hair and has a trouble. Okay, let's I'm gonna shout out Lou the Barber. Lou the Barber, the clipper mechanic. I fix clippers on the side, and I'm a barber. So Lou the Barber, maybe he can help you out if you guys are having issues with anything. Look for used corded clippers if you can find them for cheap. You can learn how to service them, which is a great knowledge to have. Absolutely, absolutely. I would say if anybody out there is just getting started, I want you guys to realize something. It's like it's fun to have new gear, and it's awesome to have new clippers, especially like if you're an older barber like me. Like I buy new clippers all the time. I buy new stuff all the time because it makes me want to come to work. It's fun. I use it. I can justify the expense. It's a write-off. So there's a lot of reasons why I'll buy this new stuff. But if you're new, you're just starting out, and you're not even sure if this might be for you, you don't need to go spend a bunch of money. Just get yourself something. Get yourself something that works, and just we'll make it happen. So, all right, you guys, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna have time to critique cuts tonight. I want to give away this clipper, and the way that we're going to give away this clipper, I need to involve Gamma somehow. So let me go over to Gamma's website, and I want to make sure that these guys know that Eddie's Army, that Eddie's Army is strong. All right, I want them to know. I want them to know what's up. So we're gonna make a quick trip on memory lane at the cemetery. I'm going to Instagram, and for whatever reason, this Instagram signs me into my creative media account. So let's see here. We want to go to Gamma. All right. So I'm on Gamma Plus. Let me see if they have any pictures here that I could just say, let's go make comments on. Man, they're getting a lot of love over here. Okay, this is the deal, you guys. We're going to go to my why can't I log into the right one? Okay, log out. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I'm signing in right now. Come on, man. Computers today. Computers these days. That's so weird. I might just have to do this with my phone. I wanted to go to it, but my freaking computer just refuses to allow me to sign into my other account. It's crazy. Uptown Barbershop Naples, let's go. All right, I give up. We're just going to use my phone. Okay, you guys. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go over to my page. I just posted a picture of the Gamma. All right. I got this, the very first one on my page. You guys see it? All right. That picture right there. This is the rules. All right. I want you to put a comment. I want you to mention Eddie's Army, hashtag Eddie's Army, and I want you to tag Gamma and Stylecraft. Okay. I know this is a lot. So, I want you to head over to Gamma. All right. I'm gonna write the rules in here. You're gonna head over to my page, and you guys can see it's Uptown Barbershop Naples. Head over to @Uptown Barbershop Naples. That very first photo that I showed you. This is how you're gonna enter the contest to win the 50 cows. To win the ergos. All right. So you guys want to win the ergos? You're gonna head over to that picture. You're going to sign. You're gonna sign in. You're gonna write tag. I want you to tag Gamma. I'm gonna write this in here. Gamma and Stylecraft. You tag Gamma and Stylecraft, and you know what? There's no other. It's Stylecraft Pro. They actually left a comment on this video too. On this too. Gamma.pu. There we go. Gamma.pu. And we're good. If you don't have Instagram, can't win. Sorry. Okay, so let's see here. Instagram is available for everybody. They don't discriminate. And you're going to leave yourself a comment. I want you just to tag them both, okay? Let them know Eddie's Army is strong. Let them know we're in the building. And I'm just going to refresh this, and we're going to see what kind of comments we get here. There we go. We got a couple comments rolling in here. A hashtag, there we go. My man Steve did it perfect. If you guys see what Rusty Blades Mobile Barber did, check this out. If you could, hopefully it focuses. Don't focus on me, phone. Focus on my phone. Bam. All right, you guys see what he did? Eddie's Army, Stylecraft Pro, Gamma Plus, NA. Thank you, Steve, for doing that the right way. All right, so you guys hashtag that. We're going to give that a couple minutes. I'm going to answer some more of your questions, and then I'm going to come back, refresh this page, and we're going to see how many people commented on it. The only way you can win is if you make this comment, and that's it. All right, no other way. So we got to let them know. We got to let them know that it's strong. I'm going to find a random comment picker also for this. And we're going to have this picked out randomly. Totally randomly. And there we go. Boom. The internet connection is slowing down. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much. There we go. Everybody's doing it. We're good. Yeah, good luck to everybody. Definitely good luck to everybody. I wish I wish you all luck. I wish that I had enough money to give you guys all a Gamma Ergo. That would be freaking awesome. And I'm going to get this URL, Command C, and we are going to find a random comment picker next. And we're going to figure this out. Instagram, random comment picker. So listen, you guys are going to see I'm going to do this live. I'm going to do this random comment picker live. I don't want to hear no complaints about who wins. There are people who work with me in my barbershop. This is going to be just as fair for you as it is for them. And hopefully somebody, who will really use it wins. But it is what it is. And if for some reason somebody didn't follow the rules and didn't tag them, I'm not going to hold it against you. What I'll do is I'll make sure you tag them before I send it to you. So please just follow the rules and tag them. First cut in 4 months. I'm checking you out there. Dude, the Gamma's never snagged. No, I've never had that. I've never had that issue. Even with some of the prototypes that they sent me when we were kind of working out the kinks, I really never had many issues with it snagging. But I remember what a trouble it was to find a good random comment picker. Let's see here. For Instagram sweepstakes. All these websites are so shady too. They're like, enter in this, enter in that. Okay, how to pick a winner. I found one time. I wish I would have just saved it. It was so good. It worked perfect. Oh, I think this is it. Boom. Oh, it worked. It works. So then what happens? If I click. All right, we're good. We're good. I found one that'll work. Let me just see if it works again. Okay. All right, you guys, I found a good random comment picker. We are set. And it is all good. It is all good. Okay, so I'm sorry that took me a second to kind of figure it all out, but I have, I'll have the screen share here. I'll have this enabled. Not sure what this means. No, I don't want a broadcast system. You guys can still hear me. So, all right, so yeah, what I'm going to do is I already have the URL loaded here. I'm actually going to delete it, though. And we're gonna go back one. So, all right, I got the random comment picker ready to go. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and add a couple more comments to it. I just want to make sure that everybody's comments had a minute to get it in. It did have it saved. Yeah, I don't want it to have it saved here. So let's see. Looks like we got 30 comments, hashtagging it up. And the thing is here is Gamma made this possible, and I really want to thank them. And it would be pretty awesome if you guys took a minute to follow them. If you're not following them, we're going to continue to do this kind of stuff for them. I just want them to know that the Army is strong, and for people who are just now entering, it might be a little bit too late for you. But basically, the way that you're going to enter is you need a hashtag Gamma in Stylecraft, and you'll see what everybody else did, and you're good to go. The page is right here. If people are still struggling to get in, the Instagram is right here. It's at Uptown Barbershop Naples. You go there, go to at Uptown Barbershop Naples, and make sure that you do those 2 tags. I'm not going to keep saying it. That's the last time I'm saying it. If you got in, you got in. If you've been here the whole time, it's good luck to everybody. I really do wish you luck. And let's see how many comments it generates here. This is a good. I'm gonna save this website because I have had a heck of a time. Okay. So yeah, Gamma is definitely changing the game with it. I don't think it's it was kind of cool to see Basio and S-Craft. They liked them. They did a little review on them. I have passed the ergos around the shop. Sonny loved them. Johan loved them. Chad liked them, and Chad also liked the trimmers. I'm telling you guys, I put the Anda 7-in-1, the cleaner on these, which it also oils and it cleans, it was really, really nice, man. It really brought these things to life, had them cutting good, broke them in nice, and now they're just something I don't want to cut without. So the other cool thing about this giveaway here, while I'm giving it another minute, is they sent me a couple different skins. All right, I actually have more than this. This just happens to be what I have laying around the desk here. But whoever wins, you guys can have it in. This is the actual one that I'm going to give you, and I'm going to put a brand new blade on it. I'm going to take this one off. If this was one of my favorite color schemes too. I liked this color, and if you guys want, whoever wins, I'll set it up however you want, and we'll get you good. So if you want the wood grain, or if you want it to be reflective with, the Mitch and Max. The only one I'm not sending, I'm not giving up this one. This is my favorite. I love the green, and this is actually the color of the floor in my shop. So it's kind of like it was meant to be. When they sent this, it was meant to be. So I like that a lot. But this color scheme's kind of dope. I really do like this. All right. So there's going to be a couple releases coming from Gamma. They actually gave one to Rum Barber already. I think it was I forget the name of it. But they're actually, one of the coolest things is they were sending me the Prodigy electric shaver. It was supposed to be here today, but I don't think it came. I would love to have showed it to you guys. But they are telling me that this new electric shaver is going to sway me from my Braun Series 9. If that really happens, I'll be shocked. It's not that I'm doubting Gamma. It's just my Braun Series 9 is my go-to. And nothing has taken that down yet. So when I think about it going down, I'm going to be hard-pressed. I'm going to be hard-pressed to give that thing up. So if the Prodigy shaver turns out to be as good as they say, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be so excited. So, all right, you guys, I think I've given it enough time. Let's see how many comments we got up in here. We got 72 people in the house. We got 59 people in the house. Let's see how many comments. Gamma's definitely going to take notice here. Look at that, man. We got a bunch. That's good, man. They know the Army's strong. That's dope. Thank you guys so much for all the hashtags and hitting those guys up. Man, there's a lot of comments here. That's cool, man. That's cool. We're good. We're good. All right, let's do this here. Let's see. And all right, you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I got the freaking thing in there. We're good to go. There's no tomfoolery. Whoever wins is gonna win. Listen, if somebody in my shop wins, it's gonna be, it's tough for you. I don't have any control over this website. I don't believe I've ever been to this website. So once I click this button, it is what it is, and I don't want you to fear, because there will be other times where we'll be able to do giveaways. I'm preparing the celebration. All right, you guys ready? Ready? Set. Boom. Let's see who it is. Oh, here we go. Allow duplicate lose. Yes? No. Anything goes? Well, we're going to leave anything goes, because if something goes wrong, we'll just repick. If somebody didn't put the hashtags in, I told you guys what I would do. 55 people entered. Okay. We're ready. Ready? Bam. Stylecraft Grow. Toronto Wasteman. Toronto Wasteman. Hashtag worldwide. Okay, man. Give a shout out to this guy here. Let's give a shout out to him. Bam. There's some applause. We have a winner. Okay, I hit all the sound effects I have. I got like 4 sound effects. So, Toronto Wasteman, go ahead and send a message to my IG. Give me your address, and I'll do my best to get a pair out to you as soon as I can. And also in the message, just let me know if you're feeling this color, or if you want me to send I could send a couple cases. I got a black case or 2. I'll send a couple, but if you want me to set it up in any particular way, just let me know. I'll get it set up, and we'll get another one go. I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous for who would win, because I want you all to win, And you know, I know like when somebody's giving something away and you don't win, it's just like here we go again. But you guys are lucky because Ivy Mack was in the house, and this man Ivy Mack don't play no games. He don't. He don't. He wins every single time. You guys are lucky I didn't just send it over to him. We were wasting our time with this drawing, I thought. But it's cool to see somebody new win, and congratulations to Toronto Wasteman. Who is Toronto Wasteman in here? Is your name the same in here? And I'm just curious, are you from Toronto? Do you live in Canada? We're going to be shipping internationally. Shipping internationally can be tough. Dominic, no. I told you like 10 times. No. The answer is no. Absolutely not. You'd be wasting your money. So, Bentley, congrats. Everybody's writing congrats over here. I didn't want to hit the button, man. I wanted to give it away. I'd be back. I should have just gave it to you. I should. We were just wasting our time with this drawing. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I did. I'm sorry about the problem we had. I'm gonna cut that first half of this video off and get us back on track. And hopefully this video gets some views because I feel like we covered some pretty good stuff. We're gonna keep going on this, and we're gonna keep moving forward on this. It's gonna be international shipping, of course. So his name is Toronto Wasteman right here. Here we go. There we go. Everybody give this guy a big shout out here. Toronto Wasteman. And Toronto, are you just getting into barbering? Have you been barbering? Or are you looking to change careers? Yeah, man, I'm curious to know. Nikki, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that he has clippers that could get him by, and he keeps wanting to buy the 50s until he realizes he's not getting any extra. We do this every Saturday for anybody who's new. We do this every Saturday. I used to do it at 8 o'clock, but I decided to move it up to 5 o'clock. It's just been a lot better on my family life and stuff to just do this at this time. One of my, let me see here. All right, I promised. Listen, I promised. I'm gonna do just one critique, okay, and that's it. I'm gonna do it for Steve. Steve is hooked it up so many times. Normally I do these critiques for a while, but I gotta help my man out over here because he's not been able to cut hair in like 4 months. So here's some of the recent work that Steve. He's in here at Steve Sutcliffe, and he's also the founder of Eddie's Army. Without him, there would be no Eddie's Army or Eddie's Army hashtag. So thank you again for that. And he's done some graphic work for me and stuff like that too. So I just want to thank him. So looks like we got a nice little woman's cut going over here. We can see the before and after on this right side. Got a little scissor work going on the top. And I like what you do in the back here. See, on women's haircuts, it's a little bit different. You want to keep it a little more softer, a little more natural in the back. I don't want to put those harsh lines in there. So I kind of like what you did there with that. With the sideburns, I try to almost not even cut them too much, not even trim them too much, just kind of go around the ear a little bit and sort of leave where it lies, leave that alone. So the woman's cut looks pretty good. It looks like the top she was probably happy with. It's kind of hard for me to see when it's wet still if it looks pretty accurate, but it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. So we're gonna give you a A on that one. All right, so let's check out this fade. And he's showing it all, man. He's showing the toughest part of the haircut. You can tell that this client is losing a little bit of hair towards the top. And he chose to do the blend slightly over the occipital bone, which was a good move. And Steve, did you do this with the Gamma Ergos? I'm just curious. Did you do this with the Gamma Ergos? And we're gonna say that this is pretty darn good. You're making some serious improvement. I wonder if you found it easier with the Ergos or not. But it looks like you knocked this blend out of the park in the back. I like what I see. I would just say at the very, very center top in the back, and it could be the way the photo was taken. I would just say maybe half guard open, half guard closed in this area with only the corners, and it would have cleaned it up. I'm just wondering, did you do that with your Gamma Ergos or not? It looks good though, Steve-O. You're coming a long way because now for those of you guys who don't know, Steve has been sending me this work for a while. I've been checking out a lot of your guys' work. I've been keeping up on your progress, and yeah, he didn't do this with the ergos, but he did do a nice job with it. The only other thing I would say to you, Steve, like if I had to nitpick you and find something that I would say something about is it looks like the bangs. You got one long bang there. Maybe he wanted that to hide it or whatever. Remember that technique I told you guys about with lifting and over directing the front to connect it to the back? That you could do that just a little bit there, but the rest of it was pretty clean, and I really don't have a whole lot to knock you on. And I also noticed that there's a what was the other thing I was gonna say? Just where you blend the beard in, I would say just knock that beard down just a tiny bit more at the top so it blends in smooth. And I see some girl photobombed right there by his left ear. Y'all see the photobomb? It's right above his. I'm sorry, it's his right ear, right above his right ear. There's a little face there. She got herself perfectly into that photo. So that was good, girl. You photobombed it. And the ergo will be cheaper. For those of you guys who are wondering, if you go to Gamma, you type in Eddie, the code Eddie, you'll get a discount. They were on a little bit of a back order because so many people bought them, and I'm sure they'll be getting it up and running again soon. But yeah, if you guys use code Eddie for the ergo, head over there, grab yourself some ergos. You're gonna be happy. They're a fantastic clipper. I think they're if we were to like say what do you really want in a clipper? I want a clipper that one has great battery life, so I don't got to plug it in. I want a clipper that has power and doesn't pull. Two, that's covered. I want a clipper that can remove skin lines pretty easy. Three, that's covered. I want a clipper that's maybe not crazy heavy, but comfortable in the hand. That's four. I mean, what really more could we want from a clipper? I don't really know what. Like if I was to just say, hey, can we make the most perfect clipper ever? How much more stuff could we really add to it? I don't really know what else I would do, what else I would add to it. So it's just one of those clippers that's it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I have never used a ceramic blade on it yet. I haven't used a ceramic blade on it yet. And if you guys have any issues with the ergos, Gamma's a good company. They're standing behind their stuff. Just if you got to do a return or whatever, they're cool about that. They want everybody to be happy. They want everybody to be happy. Um, the cordless senior. If I was gonna go with cordless senior versus Gamma ergos, there's one real difference here. One is if you go with the cordless seniors, you're going to be able to do like 5 haircuts before they get so loud that they're going to be hard to talk over. That was one of my big knocks on them. I hated that. And two, the battery life is going to be good enough. If you're new, the battery life is going to be good enough for you to do about 2 haircuts. So there's that. And then 3, you're going to pay more than the Gamma ergos. If I was on the fence about that, I wouldn't be wasting my money with Wall because I just feel like you're getting more out of this Gamma right now, unless you buy the Wall and maybe you put that Tomb 45 Tomb 45 Eco battery in there. Then they last a lot longer, and you'll only have to deal with the noise. So that would be a solution you could use. So if you're using this fast feed and you want to switch to a clipper that actually cuts a lot like the fast feed, these are probably the most forgiving clipper you could use. There's so many times where you take it a little bit too high with this, and it doesn't just annihilate hair like that. It just makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to talk about that in another video because Basio and S-Craft, they were basically saying like it was a great detailing clipper, finishing clipper. That was how they were kind of calling it. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, because of the fact that it's pretty forgiving, just like the fast feeds were, I feel like, I feel like they're just, they're just awesome. So I can't say enough good about them. But anyways, did anybody catch any comments from the waste man? I never found out. Okay, here we are. being apprentice is cool, but the barbers aren't there to teach, but to run a business. School, their job is to teach. I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right, man. Well, that's what we're here for, buddy. That's what we're here for. He's 25. He's an apprentice. He's been going to school for this, and it sounds like he's just getting started. So this is going to somebody who's going to use it, man. So I'm happy for you, Toronto. I hope that you enjoy these, and like I said, shoot me over your information if you haven't already. If you have any issues or whatever, just pay attention. There's also an email address right here, masterprimetime@gmail.com. You can also reach me through that. For the rest of you guys that hung around and hung in here for the whole show, I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me, especially for the dumb internet problems. Someday I'm going to upgrade this internet, y'all. Someday, but it ain't today. Okay, next week, I'm going to try my best to get a cool guest on. We're going to have some fun. We can answer all your questions. Next week's going to be a fun class. And the following week, we're going to get back into the phases. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and thank you again for stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Peace.